All right, Joel Embiid returns against the Los Angeles Lakers a few days ago, and it wasn't great. Let's check out the good things and see Joel Embiid's highlights, and then we'll talk about his stat line and the not so good things. I do have it muted, or Adam Silver will send me to prison. Joel is back. He's in there with Tyrese Maxey. They're trying to get some chemistry. I did like that first move, a little fake half spin, goes right down the paint on Rui Hachimura. This one, the game is just starting, so Joel Embiid's lower extremities and his knees were still feeling good. Just a little fake screen for Jared McCain and gets him an easy three. I do like Jared McCain. And the Sixers' young guards are really good. Little offensive rebound. That first miss was wild, honestly. Joel usually puts that in, to be honest, but his body is kind of breaking down. Honestly, it looked like he was trying to draw a foul on Jackson Hayes, but he gets that offensive rebound and gets the stick back off of his own miss. Just throws LeBron's shot. Let me run that back. LeBron is twirling his finger for a replay, but it wasn't even close. LeBron just got his shit swatted, like just came out of his hand. LeBron's twirling his finger, but it wasn't even close. Good little help side block from Joel Embiid on that play. Looked like he moved pretty well on that play. It just seems like he kind of plays in bursts. Fake handoff to McCain. Then dances on Ayton for the pull off. If you watch Embiid, he's complaining to the ref like he wants a foul. I watched that play up and down. Ayton doesn't land in his landing space. He doesn't even touch Joel Embiid. I don't even like him getting to that shot though, to be honest. It's a guard move. Embiid kind of always had that package, little free throw line jumper. And that's really all the highlights for that game. I don't even really like Joel Embiid getting to that little crossover pull up on DeAndre Ayton. He did kind of always have a guard style of play. He would play like a big man in spurts, but he always liked to dance into mid range jumpers and stuff like that for whatever reason. At this point in his career, it feels like that's kind of all he can do is kind of dance into the mid range jumpers. But he's still 7'2", 300 pounds, however big Joel Embiid is. So I'd like to see him get down low, but only he knows how his body feels, and his body's he's never been right for his entire career. But there's going to be that game against the Lakers right here up top just a few days ago. Philly does lose the game. Joel Embiid plays 30 minutes, so that's pretty good to see. He's getting some more minutes out there. To be fair to Joel Embiid, he's kind of just getting back into the lineup. He was out November 8th, and he missed pretty much all of November and came back on the 30th. But in that Lakers performance, he scored 16 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. It all sounds pretty good. You hear that stat line, you probably think, that's not that bad. I'll take that. He's 8 for 8 from the free throw line. That's the only reason why he even got into double digits, to be totally honest. He is 0 for 6 from 3. I don't so much mind him taking 6 threes. He's always going to take a pretty decent volume of threes, especially for a center. But, he does miss them all. To be fair, he's still trying to get his rhythm back, but this is the glaring stat. He was 4 for 21 in the game. He shot 19% from the field. Those past 4 games before that, he did 20 points and 29 points. That 29-point game, though, that was on the 8th. Since he came back on the 30th, he scored 18 points, 12 points, and 16 points. And yeah, that game on the 30th against Atlanta, he shot 42%, 43%, then 38% against Golden State, and 19% against Los Angeles. LA is a decent defensive team, but if you guys watch this game, it just seemed like Joel Embiid could not move around out there. I've heard people saying that kind of all season long, so I decided, let me actually watch a full Joel Embiid game and see how he looks out there, because I hear people saying Joel Embiid just out there. He's in Tyrese Maxey's way. He's in VJ Edgecomb's way. And I would think to myself, it can't be that bad. I know Joel Embiid does have his lower body injuries, and he's always dealing with knees and ankles and foot issues. But I was kind of thinking to myself, Joel Embiid can only help. I mean, he's going to be out there. Just kind of defer to Tyrese Maxey, defer to VJ Edgecomb, just like Jared McCain as well. Defer to those guys, just like LeBron James came back and he's deferring to Luka Doncic. He's deferring to Austin Reeves to kind of come in and just hop on board and keep the good offense flowing and just insert yourself as a piece of the offense and kind of enhance the offense the way LeBron has for the Lakers. With Embiid, LeBron has more to offer than Joel Embiid at this point in his career, and it sounds crazy because LeBron is 41 years old. Joel Embiid's maybe 31 or 32 at this point, but that's what I want to see from Embiid is just try to kind of fit yourself in around Tyrese Maxey because everything should be built around Tyrese Maxey at this point. I'm totally done with Joel Embiid. Not to say I'm going to send him home or tell him he needs to retire, but I'm totally done trying to build anything around Joel Embiid. I'd be trying to totally build around VJ Edgecomb and Tyrese Maxey because Tyrese Maxey just came into his prime and he looks just absolutely amazing out there. He looks really good next to McCain. He looks good next to Edgecomb, and I don't think anybody would trade for Joel Embiid. I'm not sure if he has a no trade clause, but I would imagine that he does, or maybe he doesn't. I mean, the Sixers would be gambling to give him a no trade clause, but thing with Embiid, if you're watching the game, it just looks like he can't move around out there anymore. He finishes 4 for 21. There was one point in the game when I was watching, and he was literally 2 for 16 in the game. Every shot he would take is just a long three, or he would take just a random mid-range jumper. He's dancing into mid-range jumpers like he's a guard. And I didn't mind that when he was scoring 70 points in one game, 50, 60 points, and having these crazy performances when he was in his prime. But now I kind of agree with what a lot of people were saying. He just looks like he's in the way. He clogs up the paint, and the place for him to be the most effective, especially now with him being more slowed down with his injuries, the place he could be the most effective is in the paint when he gets mismatches. He has a really cold post game, just back some guys down. We all know he has the nice lefty hook. He has the nice right-handed hook. He has great touch down there on his floaters and stuff. But then when you put Joel Embiid down there in the paint, now Tyrese Maxey and Edgecomb have to feed him the ball in the paint, and the Sixers are banking on that Joel Embiid's going to be more effective in the paint than Tyrese Maxey's going to be, because once you dump the ball down low to Joel Embiid, those driving lanes are clogged up for VJ Edgecomb, and those driving lanes are clogged up for Tyrese Maxey. And, if you're going to have Joel Embiid outside the paint, just like this game, he's going to be taking a bunch of threes and dancing into a bunch of mid-range jumpers. But it's better to have him out there so the paint's not clogged up. But then we see him playing on the perimeter in this game, and he goes 4 for 21. So, kind of feel bad for Joel Embiid. I guess as bad as you can feel for a millionaire basketball player. People bring up money when I feel bad for basketball players, and I'll just tell people, yeah, they make all the money, but I can still feel bad for someone trying to chase their dream, trying to do what they love, and they're not able to do it for reasons that are out of their control. So I do feel bad for Joel Embiid on that front, but I think he's just about done. He's only been back. It's only his third game back, so let's be patient with him. Let's see him try to get his legs back under him and see how he looks once his conditioning is back. But I've heard stories about Joel Embiid from teammates of Joel Embiid where he gets in the locker room and he takes off that big ass knee brace and his knee's like a fucking watermelon, just incredibly swollen, 4 or 5 times bigger than a normal knee should be. And they drain it out, they ice it, they do whatever they have to do, and then 2 or 3 nights later he tries to get back out there and play again. So he plays through a lot of pain. He tries to do as good as he can do, but he came in the league injured. He's going to leave the NBA injured. And from a Philadelphia 76er fan standpoint, I'm not a 76ers fan, but if I was, I'd be thinking, man, we got to just try to get off Joel Embiid and try to build completely around Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecomb, Jared McCain, and those boys, because it's just diminishing returns at this point. Joel Embiid is really, he truly is just in Tyrese Maxey's way, to be honest with you. Please like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 7 million subscribers. Please let me know what you think about Joel Embiid and his knees, and if you think he's just totally in the way for the Sixers, because I don't see him having some resurgence to where he's more effective than Tyrese Maxey in the paint, and I don't see Tyrese Maxey and him being a good fit on the court unless Joel Embiid is just standing out beyond the 3-point arc and being like a 7-2 spot up shooter that can't play defense on the perimeter, that can't really drive into the paint from the perimeter. So I just don't see any place where Joel Embiid would fit well for the 76ers at this point. But we'll see y'all next time, though. Peace.